The pandemic has caused a lot of problem, okay, but eventually even the pandemic has to end. And it's time to start to look at the growing industry that possibly we want to go into, or students will actually aim for after the pandemic. Well, one of the sector that definitely will occur is the healthcare as well as the medical. Alright, people will still fall sick, but there are particularly three areas that probably will benefit from this pandemic. One of it is not just a normal healthcare, but remote healthcare. Alright, we have seen that there is a problem of physical face-to-face healthcare during a pandemic. So chances are more and more people will actually look at remote healthcare. Since we are looking at health, there are other areas that most likely will be affected or will still enable to grow is the pharmacy. Alright, people will still buy medicine, particularly, alright, to stock up even for the next pandemic, for instance, and more people are taking health supplement, okay, particularly to keep themselves healthy, alright, boost their own immune system. Education will still continue, definitely, despite school being closed, okay, for physical contact classroom-based school will actually close for the pandemic, but areas like online learning will continue to grow. Definitely, we have seen a lot of people going through online learning, whether they like it or not. Alright, this is one area to back up physical classroom itself. E-learning provider, not just those that are providing content, but those providing the platform. Okay, and of course, tutor will go online. Alright, but probably it might be most likely real-time online tutorship. There has been a lot of online shopping, definitely, before even the pandemic. The pandemic only make it more important because everyone do not want to go into the physical shopping centers and malls. So the behavioral change of online shopping is just going to be on the increase. Therefore, the need for logistics, right? The delivery chain will still be required. Okay, people still need to ship the goods, all right? But we also have to look at the logistic of the entire supply chain, which means from the transportation to the port to the aircraft that is going to carry your parcel around globally. All right. So all this logistic will just going to continue to be there, and it's going to evolve further. It's going to grow further. Social media, all right, and digital marketing has changed. All right. Not that social media previously is not important, but social media, all right, allow connectivity between people, all right, from your business entity to your customer through your digital marketing itself. So provider of content, job that is related to social media, digital marketing will be on the increase, because now company realize that they cannot just expect customer to walk into their shop anymore. All right, they need to have a backup system where they can actually push their product and services out to the market. So social media, digital marketing, anyone that is that has this type of interest can continue to grow in this sector. Finance will still be there, but there will be some changes. Okay, people are being pushed to do e-banking. All right, we look at one of the area. Not to say e-banking has not been around; it has been around for quite some time, but more people are taking less risk going to the bank physically. All right, so therefore more people are used now to the e-banking, right, than 1 year before. Okay. Fintech will continue to grow, definitely, and we already have organization bidding for licenses for digital banks. All right, and definitely this is one area that we will look into. The bank itself will not necessarily need to be a physical bank. We are going to look into engineering, right? But this time the engineering are not necessary, okay, the traditional engineering itself. We still need physical engineering, definitely. All right, hospitals still need to be built, roads, building, etc. All right, all these still require engineer, but we also require specialized engineering in areas that are more IT related. For instance, software engineer, people that develop builds or write programs, okay, or your apps. And of course your network engineer, for instance, the telecommunication, the network engineer, to provide you remote accesses so that you can work from home, cloud, and etc. All right. Customer service or customer experience still is important, and you continue to grow, definitely, because customer is king. Every business have their own customer, but the way to service them will change. Okay, from, for instance, previously a customer service will go through phone. That is still most likely going to occur. All right, so call center will still be there, but beside that we'll look into possible online chat. All right, some companies are already doing it, so it's not a problem. So there's a chat box that you can actually directly type in to someone, okay, or video mode. For instance, what we are more experienced with now is video conferences, or seeing the person face to face, or to look at a particular product, for instance, or even for customer support. A lot of people will go and seek help from professional coaches, personal coaches, because these are very trying times. Okay, everyone need that little bit of extra edge, all right, to get a job or to chart out what to do next post pandemic. And this is where the professional and personal coaches will still come in to aid you, right, from career path to what to aim for instance, okay, changes or tweaks to your career path to match, right, the future to come. Online content is still going to be on the upward trend. This is good news for content creator. For instance, there are still a lot of people creating content and placing more digital content than ever onto the cloud, onto the internet. Platform provider, okay, will still be required, okay, so that the content creator can actually place their content on. And good news for influencer, okay, the content itself may change, the product itself may change, okay, but you will see more and more digitalization occurring. All right, and this is going to be a very competitive area now on the online content itself, on how to capture eyeballs, okay, and possible customers in the market. All right, everyone are looking into possible use of translating data into successes. This is the key area of data science. All right, because everyone is looking into data analysis, data analytic, and etc. So we have areas like all your data scientists will still be there, people to do the data analytics, all right, or to read all those stats, as well as people involved in the reporting of the data itself, forming it into graph and chart or summaries. Okay, then so all this reporting of all this nice graphical user interface, sorting, etc. So all these personnel will still be very much in demand or post-pandemic. Social worker will still be there. All right, basically there are going to be a lot of problem after the pandemic. We are already in a lot of problem during the pandemic. All right, okay, so this problem will just, well, it may get slightly better. Hopefully, I personally hope that it will get slightly better, but there will still be a lot of social worker required to support the people that has been displaced, or people that lose their job, for instance, or people that has been made poorer or at a disadvantage because of the pandemic. Okay, the pandemic has caused a lot of mental health issue. Okay, so all those mental health specialists, for instance, or those that are in psychology consultation, okay, all these experts on mental health will have a lot of work ahead. All right, because we have to think that people are still going to seek out help emotionally, psychologically. All right, a lot of people will be affected by the loss and difficult year that we have seen during the pandemic. Okay, business is still going to continue, definitely. All right, therefore business development, business developer, sales personnel will still be required. There will be no change of this. Actually, everyone would like to take this opportunity to reposition themselves, okay, to make up for all the losses that has occurred during the pandemic. Okay, cyber security. All right, there is one area that a lot of people are putting a lot of money into. Well, not that they want to increase their expenditure, okay, into this area, because a lot of companies actually lose a lot of money during the pandemic, but because of the digitalization, moving everything into IT, moving data, system, programs into IT, make it very, very important for cyber security to come in to secure all these so-called digital assets. So this is one area, cyber security personnel, all right, will actually benefit, okay, after the pandemic itself, when everything has already shifted online, okay, digital, all right, everyone is using digital, work from home and so forth. Okay, so all this security, cyber security professional will have to come in either now or much later when the company is in a better financial position to actually take care of all these vulnerabilities that probably may exist.